Well, we had a really healthy debate. We had a lot of people come here from all over the constituency. They asked a whole range of questions, from domestic policy to foreign policy, and I think we had a good substantive debate. And what I think we teased out is some of the issues and some of the choices and some of the differences. And actually that's what we need above all else, and I think that's what voters need between now and the 6th of May.
You were sort of considered the front runner and everyone else was sort of maybe perhaps picking on you a little bit. Did you feel picked on a little bit?
I'm absolutely fine. Politics is a contact sport. I personally am robust on the substance. I never go personal, I never go negative. But I do think it's important that all of the different parties' policies are fleshed out and explained clearly, and the implications are very honestly laid out, and that's what I try to do.
Nick Clegg has switched the light on at the time that the public were ready to awaken from a long sleepwalk under Labour and Conservative rule. And so, yes, people are excited now to realise that they do have a choice to change. It's great that they are thinking about it. We can't take it for granted. We still have to deliver the message. This election remains, therefore, unpredictable, even in Esher and Walton. I think what I demonstrated this evening in my answers to many of the questions is a greater realism of the problems this nation faces, rather than skirting round them or avoiding them or pretending they don't exist, but recognising, as I did time and time again, that we really do have a frighteningly enormous debt to tackle, and no politician should be making easy, quick promises in order to get votes. It's more honest with the public to say that we need, for example, a Council of Financial Stability to bring all experts and all politicians into this, to engage the nation into what sacrifices we may need to make to begin to balance these books.
I think it was a very enjoyable evening, lots of penetrating questions. I think all the candidates conducted themselves appropriately, and I hope I persuaded lots of people to support the UK Independence Party.
Do you think you have a kind of a sort of, I don't know, a more common sense approach to politics than some of the major parties?
I think we've got an economic, realistic approach and a practical approach, because all our policies is to do with looking after the wealth of you and this country. And the other parties are squandering it on all sorts of things that we would put a stop to.
How did you think the hustings went today?
The hustings went very well. First-time candidates, it's the first time I've participated in this type of event. I certainly think that it was very positive. I think that the candidates were concentrating on their positive policies. I was very pleased that there was no negative campaigning, as certainly I've seen in some of the previous events. So I think it was excellent. And I think the people in the audience asked some great questions, and I think they got some straight answers. I don't really think of it as being a safe seat. I think of it as being a seat where there are some people who I want to talk with, who I want to communicate with, who I want to engage with. I have a particular point of view. I think I was able to get that across, and I think that they're extremely polite, as I said, asked some great questions in a very productive, in a very Christian environment as well, which is what you'd expect in electronic history.